Hey everybody, welcome. I am Neesin from THS Wrestling, and this is your Raw Recap. Before we get started, make sure you hit like, subscribe, and do all the normal things that social media influencers ask you to do. All right, now that that's out the way, let's get into it. It's really interesting that for the past couple of months, Raw has been the butt of every wrestling fan's joke on Twitter. But now, Raw's in their bag. Look, we start off this Raw with a permission slip to Daddy and Scrap Daddy from Killer saying that Riddle has permission to represent him in the Battle Royal, and the winner gets a spot in the triple threat match in the main event. Who gets a spot in the Money in the Bank? Now, with Randy Orton not being able to make it, Daddy and the Scrap Daddy decided to have a Battle Royal to start off Raw, and Riddle got his permission slip from Killer to be able to get into the Battle Royal. Now, this permission slip thing was really great. If you look up closely, it actually is like signed by Killer with the little snake and the smiley face. WWE Twitter actually asked to give this letter a grade, and people actually graded it. I've seen a couple of A- for some grammar errors. Look, I probably wouldn't have caught any grammar errors because I'm terrible and typos love me. But like I said on the last one, RK Bro has been the anchor of Raw. Now, some people may say Charlotte. I really say RK Bro, and I love the chemistry between them. I really don't want to see them break up. I really want to see them have a tag title run, hopefully at Money in the Bank, hopefully at SummerSlam, and maybe break up around a Survivor Series or some other major tadpole event, because this is getting really good. And like I said, we have the Battle Royal. Now, with Royal Rumbles, we usually know who the company is putting their eggs in their basket for the next couple of months by the last couple of contestants remaining in the ring, right? This Battle Royal, the last three contestants were Damian Priest, Prime Cedric Alexander, and Matt Riddle. Or I'm sorry, Riddle, or Randy Orton, as he liked to call it. Of course, Randy Orton winning. Of course, Riddle winning. Look, this is a lot. This gets confusing, guys, because at the end, when he wins, he actually has Randy Orton's music playing, and he does the signature. And he has the actual fireworks in the back. Guys, it's really entertaining. And Matt Riddle is a main event star. Okay, he's not a mid-card, he is a main event star, and WWE knows, not only did they know ahead of time when they offered him a new contract, but they know what they have in him. Shout out to Riddle for showing up and delivering. But Damian Priest and Cedric Alexander, look out for them, because in the next couple of months, I believe that the company really has something big planned for them and major pushes, because they were in the last three of that Battle Royal. So maybe we see Cedric with the Jeff Hardy feud. Maybe we have Damian Priest go for a mid-title card. I don't know, but look out for it. All right, so this is the time where I want to propose a question to you, the THS faithful, or maybe the casual viewer that just stopped by the YouTube channels to say what's up. What's up, guys? Is Jackson Riker doing it for you guys? Now, don't get me wrong. Look, this is personal beliefs and all the outside stuff out of it. I just personally feel that he isn't over. And in the last 6 months, WWE has released a ton of people that have been over. Aleister Black. I'm not calling for Jackson Riker's job. I will never wish anybody to lose their job. What I'm saying is that it's going to be very interesting once we start getting crowds back and seeing the crowds actually react to Jackson Riker, because I just don't get him. I personally don't get him, and maybe I'm missing something, and that's why I want to talk to you guys, because I feel like our THS wrestling faithful, our THS faithful, you guys are always willing to give your opinions and thoughts and help clear stuff up for us. So I just want to know, is he over to you guys? Because I feel like a lot of other people that got released could have been in this position and really would have made me more interested in an Elias feud. I'm not interested. You could put Shane McMahon in there and I would have been like, yes. But as talented as Elias is, as over as he is, as jacked as he's looking, by the way, my God, what is he just eating? Rabbit food? Those abs are rocking. I'm just not feeling Jason Riker. I'm really not. And maybe it's just I didn't like him in NXT. I wasn't a real fan of his in Impact or TNA. But yeah, he's just not my cup of tea. But thank you for serving. And speaking of serving, Nikki Cross, now known as Nikki Ash, which is almost a superhero. I swear that wasn't my corny joke. That was them. She's serving up superhero vibes. And we talked about this last week, right? There has been tons of superheroes in the WWE over the lifespan of Monday Night Raw. I feel like this is for the kids. And as much as I want to call it a kick-ass ripoff and all the other things, look, Nikki came up with this concept. She pitched it. Vince and the creative team is giving her a chance. And I feel that if we don't want to see her, a talented women's wrestler, just talented wrestler in general, get released, and like other people, we need to start supporting these things. And I feel like with kids, they're really going to fall in love with her. We're going to get action figures of Nikki Ash. We're going to get video games of Nikki Ash, t-shirts of Nikki Ash, all the merch in the world. And if we support it, that's when we show the office that the wrestler gets supported as well. And since this is her idea, I really want us to get behind this because she's a very talented person and she seems like a nice person. I never met her myself. And that's really all I can say about this. With every single generation of wrestling, especially since the inception of Monday Night Raw, there's been some sort of light, right? There's been some sort of bright spot. And that's what Nikki Ash has. She's the light. Now, with light comes the dark. And guys, you know where I'm going. We're talking about Dark Bliss. Yes. So Alexa Bliss, Dark Bliss, is in this intertangled feud with Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler and Reginald. By the way, Reginald, if you could link where you got that suit from, please shoot it my way. It's really dope. Reminds me of like a Basquiat thing. They come in with some fire shoots. You, Seth, they're coming with some fire. Mwah, kudos. Chef's kiss and kudos. Now, back to Dark Bliss. Look, I don't want to hear anybody talking bad about this whole Dark Bliss Shayna Baszler thing and Nikki Jax. Nikki Jax. Who's Nikki? Nia Jax. So many N's. I don't want to hear anybody talking bad about it. When we had The Undertaker sacrificing and crucifying people in the Attitude Era. And he wore a cape. Did we all forget this? He wore a cape and eyeliner, guys. The Ministry of Darkness. This was a thing. How did Minion get a part of the ministry? Didn't he have to slit his wrist or something? The Undertaker has all these special powers, all these amazing things, but Alexa Bliss can't have it? Come on, guys. Alexa, what we're getting right now as kids during the Attitude Era, if you're watching this and you're part of my generation, we loved it. We clamored for these things. It was like, oh no, they're gonna sacrifice Austin. No, don't do it. No. And then adults were sitting there like, wait a minute, you guys watch this? Now everybody on Twitter is turning into the old grumpy boomers talking about, you guys gonna watch this? The kids love it, or the kids are scared from it. That's what it's about. And I personally love it. If the Undertaker could have superpowers and make people speak in tongues and make people cut their wrists and do all these crazy things, then hell, Alexa Bliss could do all that, and maybe, just maybe, the higher power, maybe, I don't know, Sasha Banks, let her in. So then we have Kofi and MVP have a face-off. They could have just called it a mic promo battle, and they honestly could have did these things outside of the ring. But one thing I do want to say is Kofi is the MVP. We all know how great and talented Kofi is and that he could do anything, and that anybody in the New Day could be world champions. They can handle themselves on a mic. They could go in a ring. They could host things. They keep it entertaining. The fit that Kofi had, the tie-dye tracksuit, they always stay fitted. I can't get enough of Kofi and MVP. Their chemistry is incredible. And plus, he's talking about who's hurt now with Xavier Woods being out from the Hell in a Cell. It just makes it more personal. And that's the thing. We always want it to be personal, right? Like as fans, we want these storylines to feel personal. With this buildup, more and more we get behind it, we could possibly get a triple threat match with Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley, and Kofi Kingston at SummerSlam. Yes, I said it, a triple threat match. Why? Because Kofi never got his rematch. But no, seriously, I think as we're building up to this, just like we saw with Daniel Bryan last year during Mania season, it just felt right for him to be in a triple threat match. I'm starting to feel like Kofi Kingston, Bobby Lashley, and Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam is the right move. All right, guys, look, let's have this conversation. Doudrop pinned Asuka in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3. And basically, which turned into a handicap match because Eva jumped down from and didn't want to tag in. Now we get to a match where we had Ricochet versus Johnny Drip Drip with The Miz at ringside on commentary in his wheelchair. What can Ricochet not do? This man did a Hurricane Runner off of a wheelchair, and then he did a crossbody springboard to the barricade. Now, yes, we've seen a crash pad, but who cares? The man did a springboard from the ring to the barricade. We will never see that again in WWE because you know why? Fans will be back there. But these are the things that I personally want to see in our last days of the Thunderdome. People doing incredible things, superhero things, majestic things, and disappearing, all the things. A crossbody springboard from the ring to the barricade? What? I needed them to pipe in a holy beep moment. Holy beep, holy beep, holy beep. The whole screen should have said, oh my God. Matter of fact, we got all these buttons in a truck that's, cheering and new Dave Rocks and all the cheers, the Claymore, all the blah, blah, blahs. Why don't we have a Joey Styles button that says, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. We need one of those. We had a 6-woman tag match with Natalya, Tamina, and Charlotte versus Mandy, Dana, and the women's champion, Rhea Ripley. Charlotte is on top of her game. I know. If you watch the Sunday show, me talking about Charlotte being on top of her game, yes, but you can't deny it. She's finally fell into this heel role. She's not screaming. She's understanding that she's a queen. She doesn't need to raise her voice to be heard. And this is the Charlotte. This is the Charlotte that I've been waiting for since she came back. And God damn it, she's here. Now, can she pull the Rhea Ripley that we all fell in love with in the Mae Young Classic and the NXT UK and in NXT? Can she pull that Rhea out? I think we're just going to have to wait till fans get there to see. So, since Riddle won, we see him in a triple threat match with AJ Styles and Drew McIntyre. Do they just not like Drew? Do they want Drew to be a heel? Because they keep putting him in these positions to force him, to force people to cheer for him. Nobody wanted him in that Money in the Bank match. And it was no disrespect to Drew. It was just that Drew had his time. We all support him, but he needs to cool off a little bit. And we all wanted to see other people in it to play out stories. But what I really think the major takeaway from this match is Riddle got the Brock Lesnar spot. The injury sent to the back or wait a while, whatever the case, and then he comes back. Riddle's a main eventer, guys. And don't be surprised by the end of the year, by the end of 2021, Matt Riddle is holding up that WWE championship. That's a champion. It's a WWE championship right there. But he's holding it up. Look, I really want to know what you guys think of Raw. And do you guys think that Raw has really found its groove and is really pushing towards fans coming back as we going into SummerSlam? They haven't pulled any big triggers yet on returning stars like SmackDown has. So that really says a lot. Let me know your thoughts. Oh, and also, we got an R-Truth sighting, a 24/7 title sighting, unfortunately, with less people running from it because due to a lot of releases. But nonetheless, we still got it. Let me know your thoughts on Raw. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at THS Wrestling. You can follow me on Instagram at StayFlyLife and catch us every Sunday, 7 o'clock Pacific, 10 o'clock Eastern, live right here on our YouTube channel or on Facebook, that THS Wrestling. I am Neesin, and this has been your Raw recap for 6/28.